The jungle entrance loomed like a green cathedral, ancient and imposing. Tom and Emma stood at the threshold of this wild world, their parents' hands gripping theirs with a protective tightness that spoke of hidden dangers. Giant ferns towered overhead, their prehistoric fronds weaving together to block out the blue sky. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and blooming orchids. "Stay within arm's reach," Dad commanded, his eyes scanning the impenetrable thicket for any sign of movement. "Understood," Tom replied, his voice steady as he tightened his backpack straps, though his heart hammered against his ribs in anticipation of the unknown. Suddenly, a flash of brown fur darted through the high canopy, shattering the stillness. Tom's finger trembled with pure excitement as he pointed upward. "A monkey!" he shouted, his voice echoing through the trees. Forgetting every warning, he broke into a sprint. Driven by the thrill of the hunt, Emma followed close behind, her boots crunching rhythmically on the carpet of dry, fallen leaves. They zigzagged past massive banyan roots that snaked across the floor like sleeping giants. They laughed, the sound bright and careless, as the monkey leaped with effortless grace from branch to branch, leading them deeper into the emerald labyrinth. The creature gave one final playful screech and vanished into the thick, velvet foliage. The laughter stopped abruptly, replaced by a heavy, suffocating silence. Tom spun around, his breath coming in short gasps, searching for the familiar path they had taken. But the jungle had closed in behind them. The trail was gone, swallowed by a sea of identical green shadows. Emma squinted through the dim light, her small face pale. "Dad? Mom?" she called out, her voice thin and fragile. No human answer came. Only the rhythmic, metallic drone of unseen insects filled the air, a sound that felt increasingly cold and indifferent to their plight. Fear finally took hold. Emma grabbed Tom's sleeve, tears welling in her eyes and spilling down her dusty cheeks. Tom felt a surge of protective instinct. He set his jaw and pushed her behind a broad, ancient tree trunk. "Sit here," he whispered, his voice trembling but determined. He kept his back to the rough bark, eyes wide and scanning every swaying leaf. They huddled together, two small figures against the vast, encroaching wild. As the minutes stretched into long, agonizing hours, the light shifted from a vibrant green to a haunting, deep orange. Every snap of a twig sounded like a predator. Every rustle of the wind felt like a ghost. They were alone in a world that didn't know their names, clutching each other for warmth and hope as the shadows grew long and the jungle began to breathe with the coming night. Then, the heavy thud of a boot on wood. A forest ranger emerged from the darkness like a guardian spirit, his khaki uniform a beacon of safety. "Found you," he said, his voice a steady anchor in their storm. He clicked his radio, and soon, the brush crashed open. Mum and Dad burst through, faces pale with terror, then flooding with relief. They pulled the children into a crushing, tearful embrace. "We never stray again," Tom whispered against his father's jacket, the lesson etched into his heart. They walked back toward the clearing, leaving the darkening canopy behind, safe at last in the arms of those who loved them.